discussion with regards to pension as well as retirement. And we've actually asked you on Twitter, do you actively save for retirement? Tell us at KTN News KE. You can tweet me at Malika Kazia. That hashtag is KTN Business. Do you actively save for retirement? Now, are the youth in the country really prepared for the eventuality of retirement? Well, data says maybe not. But to delve deeper into this, I have Michael Wanyeki, the pension administrator at CIC Group, joining us today. So thank you so much for joining us, Michael.
Thank you, Malika.
So let's begin with the fact that, a survey by the Association of Kenya Insurers showed that 29% of Kenyans are prepared for retirement. I mean, comparatively, that's a very low number. So considering we have such a youthful population, and majority of them 20 to 34-year-olds who are the next big spenders, really, what sorts of factors inform this sort of aversion to savings, do you think?
Thank you for that question, Malika. Now, it's true that ideally the youth of this country are not really informed about what retirement is really about, and possibly even those that have some level of information about what retirement is haven't taken action towards actively saving for retirement. A few factors to consider. There is obviously the challenge that this class or category of people are facing some challenges to do with competition internally and externally. That is, they are competing within themselves in terms of needs and wants. You're grappling with, do I get myself the next good suit? Do I get myself the next shoe? Or do I get myself a retirement package? Do I get myself a retirement policy? So that, and of course, to get coupled with the fact that there is also the peer pressure around their circles or social circles, then you find that these people are at a challenge of making that decision. Of course, information is also another factor to consider. Not much of information about retirement has gone out there, and especially focused towards the youth particularly, in that people do know, and the youth know that they need to save, but they are not focused at, or rather, they are not certain about how much exactly is enough to save and how much is actually gonna get them targeted for that eventuality.
So it's that long-term versus short-term expenditure kind of debate,
Sort of.
So what sorts of programs are out there for them to be able to actually save and be able to contribute towards that eventual time when they do retire, at which point, of course, they will need this money?
Yeah, there are certainly some programs out there. Various insurance companies have come up with retirement products. Talk about, for instance, what we offer at CIC, an individual pension plan, whereby a young person, or even an old person for that matter, either employed or informal, in the informal sector, can be able to set up an individual pension plan, which they can be able to build up a retirement package for themselves over the years, whether or not the employer will take part in that. And that in itself, I would say, it is a way towards helping them come up with something of their own. We obviously have the other alternative, the other options where you can come up with a money market, so for example, money market plan. But that is not usually focused towards a retirement. We are looking at a certain targeted plan where, as an individual, as a young person, I know for the many years I'll be saving, for this period that I'll be saving, I'm targeted at a certain retirement package. And that product will definitely assist me towards getting that goal.
Absolutely. And the 2019 Retirement Preparedness Report did say that 18 to 24-year-olds had the lowest awareness of the employer-provided benefits, as opposed to when you look at 55-year-olds and plus, about 70% of them knew of this entire thing. So the difference could be perhaps the low exposure to employment for the younger population as well. Your thoughts on that?
Correct. It definitely is. And I'll look at the unemployment rates in the country, and you see that the greatest chunk of the unemployed population is really from the young people. You look at about almost about 90% that of the unemployed persons are actually in the younger category of population. So definitely the unemployment and also underemployment, where you're actually employed but not really getting the level of income that will help you save, if at all you actually be able to save and save adequately for that matter. So definitely the low levels of income and also unemployment rates has greatly contributed towards the youth even being able to start up a pension plan to start with.
Yes, because you are pretty much living within those means of what you're able to get. So really, it's very difficult for them to be able to even have enough left over to be able to save it. So just your quick advice to anybody out there who is struggling with that balance in the first place.
Malika, what I usually say is that in every given instance of whatever income you have, be it from an employment, be it the source, be it be employment or self-employment or even business, there's always an opportunity to save. Because if you look at the order, or rather the structure of how much goes into consumption, and this goes a lot into budgeting and structuring expenses, you definitely will have a section of your income dedicated towards savings. And when you look at the general income you're getting, you definitely cannot lack something to save, and especially when you think about your old person or your old self in those many years, sunset years, you definitely will think and see that they can never lack an opportunity to actually put something aside. And definitely my advice is that whenever you're grappling with challenges between do I save, do I not, do I get what I want, the short-term expenditure, always remember that a retirement plan and a retirement policy, for that matter, gets better with time. The more you save, the older you become, that plan matures as time goes by.
All right, so any small bit, you can do, you keep on starting, it will accumulate. So thank you so much, Michael, for your thoughts today and for joining us.
All right, thank you, Malika.
All right, and with that,